I work differently than a lot of other filmmakers in that because I come from post,
Right.
I'm thinking post while I'm writing.
Makes sense.
So I'm thinking post in pre, so I don't get in trouble in the production. I'm thinking about the ending in the beginning, so I don't get in trouble in the middle. Right. So one of the first people that I talked, I mean, Melan and I spoke first because she and I came up with the idea for the story.
Right.
So she was on board. I couldn't get rid of her.
Even if I tried.
Didn't want to. So she was on board first. But when I started to make the story, it was like, can I get access to the locations? Can I get the right music composer so that we can communicate the necessary emotion? So I started talking to the composer very early. So I had my.
Did you already know one, or did you? Okay.
Yeah, I used to. I work with some composers and stuff.
Okay.
So I went to the people that I have a relationship with already, and like I said, I come from music, so I was trying not to compose myself first of all, but I do have composers that do things faster and better than me, so it's good for me to go to them. So I had a composer in mind very early. While I was in the middle of the first draft, I already knew which composer I was going to be using. So after that, it was about finding locations, and it was about building a production team so that they could help me build and find and paperwork and
right.
all that. And then so I sort of build. I'm not just in one area. I'm trying to lay the foundation across the whole building.
Right.
I'm not just over here thinking about actors. I got to think about everything, because if I can't execute it, I'm not going to put my time in it.
Right.
And this project specifically was created from the beginning, so that we could execute it on a quote unquote micro budget, right? Because the difficulty is if you make a concept that's really like heartfelt and you think it could do a lot in the world, but you don't have the money to execute it, then it just stays on the shelf, or you have to try to get someone else to pay for it, or you have to try to option it so that more established studio or production house can get it from you. So you got to impress someone else. You got to make them love your stuff as much as you do, which is super hard. So with this project, I wanted to make something that was very meaningful and that we could afford to do. So I started to build everything all at once. As I'm writing and thinking about who's going to do this, who's going to do that.